can be only one podcast, and may it be the Princess of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
I'm Bruce.
And we're going to talk about another movie.
Happy times.
Yeah, happy times, I guess. So, Kong vs. Godzilla. We should back up a little bit here. I don't know if we've talked about the other movies.
Did we talk when they came out?
We did? Okay. Just want to backtrack a little bit.
We had Dwayne on here to talk about Skull Island.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, never mind. You don't. So, Godzilla, the first one, the 2014 one? Was that the first
of
the
first
series?
in the series?
Sucked.
I kind of like it, but yeah, I understand.
Man, it was bad. And
it has its problems. It's a little slow.
And Kong Skull Island, surprisingly
Fantastic.
great. Surprisingly great. That to me had been the best one so far. And then you had to go back to
King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters, which and I said this
Technical masterpiece, story.
You just fast forward through every human scene because it's so boring. You don't care anything about the humans.
It's got the best monster action in any movie ever.
Yeah, it's
but
fun.
the story is terrible.
It is horrible. It is horrible. And so we get to King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, I want to say this. When 2014 Godzilla came out, I wanted to see it because I'm a Godzilla fan. Megan did not. So I was like, oh, okay. So I had to watch it on my own. And then when Skull Island came out, I think you and Rachel came and Dwayne and...
No, you and Dwayne went and saw it. I'd already seen it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
he was in the town for the weekend.
Sarah and Dwayne went to go see it, and I said, come on, Megan, come on. She's like, no, this is before your kids. She said, no, I don't want to see that. I don't like this movie. I was like, okay. Well, then King of the Monsters came out. She didn't want to see that. Well, so March 31st hit, and I watched it. I can't remember. She had something going on that evening, so she went to a meeting, so I watched it. And when she got back home, she said, hey, do you want to watch Kong vs. Godzilla tonight? And I looked at her like, what do you mean? She went, do you want to watch it? I heard it was out. I went,
it's got hype behind it.
But I said, you said absolutely, you gave me stink face for Godzilla King of the Monsters. You flat out refused to go to the movie theater for Kong Skull Island. And then you said you had zero interest in Godzilla when I asked you before that. Why do you care about this now? Man, we're in a pandemic era. There's something else going on, I guess.
Well,
so this is
I would
one
say
that she wanted to see.
Whatever the reason was, there was more excitement for this one than any other one before.
And that is because of the King Kong Godzilla element. I'll be honest.
It is the first versus movie. Go back to King Kong versus Godzilla in 1950,
whatever. Which I want to talk about this. 1950s. We watched that one all the friggin' time. It came on TBS all the time.
Well, let's say this. Which one's better?
The original or the sequel? I'm kidding.
In some ways, I still like the original more.
A few months ago,
but yeah.
I should tell you this. A few months ago, it was last year. No, it was last year. It had to be longer than that. I watched the original one because I remember having great memories as a kid.
It's fun.
And oh my goodness, the human scenes are so boring. I mean, they paid $0 to put someone up against a blank wall and a desk and a sign or something, a news bulletin, people sitting in an office. I mean, it's just so you know, air just to fill in the gaps.
When people were making their complaints about King of the Monsters being great monsters, bad people, and all the Godzilla fans was like,
they're staying true to
how
the
Godzilla
story.
movies are.
Yeah, and I'd forgotten I don't know why we kept watching it for so long, but every time it came on TBS every summer. Every summer we'd sit there glued and watch it. We thought it was great.
It is a fun movie.
And then it got to the final scene. Oh my gosh, it is so much fun. Those two people in costume. How do you do that without laughing?
Don't even you're skipping over drunk Kong.
No, there's drunk Kong.
Taking the berries.
Yes.
Getting high.
Yes. I mean, there are so many. He's battling a giant spider, right?
Octopus.
Yeah. Which is good. It's fun. And I'll be honest. Those scenes, fun. But I sat there through the boring scenes going, was it really this slow? How do you watch this as a kid? What were we doing? We were just waiting for, because you didn't have fast forward back then. And you didn't, as far as I know, this wasn't on VHS back then either. So you could only watch it on TBS every summer. And so when we watched, I was like, this is great. We'd always get so excited. And it always made me mad that King Kong, was it King Kong?
King Kong 1.
Rises from the ocean and walks away. I was like, oh, come on, because that was Godzilla. So now we get to Kong Godzilla. Of course, I'm excited again because, by the way, Kong Skull Island was the best. I will say that this one is probably better. It's probably better.
Well, my ranking is it's the best of the Godzilla, but I still think Kong overall is
I need to watch
better.
Kong Skull Island because I remember really liking Kong Skull
Overall,
Island.
it's technically better.
Because I remember that was...
this one's more fun than Kong Skull Island.
Well,
Kong
you know
Skull
what?
Island is
I'll
pretty
retract
dark.
the statement because now that I think about it, I cared about the people in Kong
Yeah.
Skull Island.
Yeah.
You're right. I cared about that storyline.
The thing is, this, when you look back on it, will be the more
You're
fun
right.
movie to watch, but Kong Skull Island is technically
The better one. No. I changed my mind. I agree with that because I did care about the humans. That's the only one I've ever cared about the humans on. Of course, it starts off. I'm laughing. I get it. You know, he's waking up, scratching his butt,
Taking a shower.
taking a shower.
Kids love that opening
you
with
know,
Kong.
pop in the tree. I
You've
will
watched
say
it like,
this.
4 times already?
I will say this.
Was watching it on the way over here.
I'm embarrassed for if I was the director, I'd be super pissed this came out on HBO Max.
Most of the directors that's being pushed to are
rightfully pissed because and I'll be honest, the Snyder cut should have gotten they should have thrown that movie out in theaters.
It was released in the format for
IMAX.
IMAX,
But
on HBO.
They should have. Well, the thing is, though, they should have released it in theaters, just to get money.
Well, it is in some theaters.
And I don't. Oh, really? The Snyder cut was? I didn't
No,
know that.
I don't. Well, I think it's in regular theaters. Just like
Oh, okay. Well,
all these.
the thing is,
releases
though,
are
good.
getting
It should have
the same
been.
time.
It should have been not because it has to be seen on the big screen, but just to grab money. But you are doing yourself. I was watching. I mean, HBO Max. I was watching. I was like, this is really a movie theater experience. It really should have been a movie theater experience. I kind of regret that.
There's one thing I'm curious if you noticed.
Yeah.
And I blame COVID on this. I think they get to a certain point and they watch their budgets close. Special effects. I thought Godzilla and Kong looked better in their previous movies, final rendering wise. There were times they looked great and perfect. There were other times the rendering was not all the way there. That was that. I thought it was better in both King of the Monsters and Skull Island.
Really?
For the characters.
I thought it was fine, but I don't know. I don't remember the other movies.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, the overall synopsis and everything.
And I had just watched both of them many times in the last.
Let's be
months.
fair, and I think this did get some criticism. Is that King of the Monsters? You don't. There's flames, there's rubble, there's smoke, there's fire, there's rain, there's elements, and so it kind of helped lower their budget for good CGI when you have something to mist over the action. Kind of like Transformers, a lot of stuff's happening, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But in this one, I'll give Kong. By the way, Kong versus Godzilla. I thought CGI was fine, but
the thing is, they move great.
They tried to make the humans interesting, and they failed
every time.
Every time they tried it. They tried this time. I was like, boy, this is bad. And it
was less bad than the last movie.
Well, it was more, and this is another thing. This is more sci-fi than the previous movies.
Yeah.
This is more. I mean, spaceships, and it felt like they were in the future all of a sudden.
It was the whole spoiler alert. We're bringing Mechagodzilla into this, so you have to go that way.
I guess.
If they can build a Mechagodzilla,
the embarrassing thing about that is, what's her name? Stranger Things girl is in it, so her storyline picks up from Godzilla.
She was in King of the Monsters.
Yeah, and that happened in today's world, King of the Monsters. Whereas this one happens just a few years. It doesn't seem like it happened that long. Let's say a few years later. Yeah. At least, when did King of the Monsters come out? 2017? 2018? I don't remember. Anyway, this one came out chronologically about 3 years later. Okay. Boy, everything looks like space age now. And I was like, like the hyper tunnels, the spaceships,
Well, I give the tunnels in particular pass because that's been a secret government project for years.
But all all the Apex, big stuff, and I was like, I was thinking
they did harvest the King Ghidorah skull from King of the Monsters that we saw in the teaser at the end of the movie.
Why is it a skull? Didn't they have the head at the end of the movie?
Well, it was decaying. Even in
but
that,
I thought it could grow back. Couldn't
No,
that,
well, it
was that the whole reveal? Like they're keeping him to grow him back and him fight another day?
I didn't know how they were going to use it. I don't think they were growing it back. I think it was decaying. It was decaying. If you
it was? Okay, I didn't know
because they were talking about the spell, and you saw the bugs flying around it and stuff. It was decaying.
Okay. I don't all I remember it was there, and that was the big teaser, and I thought, oh, and I thought they had it.
And I was really curious how they were going to use that as a lead-in for this movie. I actually kind of liked the idea of tying it to the Godzilla.
Tying him into the skull, I don't know what this power of the skull had.
Because it was
bone marrow.
The three Ghidorah heads were telepathic between each other, and they used that.
Yeah, but there wasn't a brain in there. It was just an empty skull.
But it's the magic.
Well, I mean, first off, let me just say this. The story sucks. Okay, you don't go to see this movie for the story. You go to see it for the monster fights.
It's a bridge to get to monsters.
Which I will tell you this: they're better than King of the Monsters. That was way better than King of the Monsters. I mean, King of the Monsters was good for what it was back in the day, but now this one, by far, the action scenes are fun. It's a fun movie.
It is very.
It's a dumb movie. Don't think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Don't think about it. We got these impenetrable spaceships that go to the center of the earth. They can withstand any pressure whatsoever. Oh, Kong just crushed it in just a matter of seconds. I was thinking, well, wouldn't it be a little bit harder if it was going through the center of the earth? And you don't think about that. This is humans, and their story doesn't matter. Center of the earth. There's a throne room in the middle of nowhere. Okay,
I would say this.
I would
say this.
They wanted a cool
we saw
place.
it in King of the Monsters. Godzilla, when he was injured, he went to this center of the earth place.
Oh, I don't remember that.
With all these Godzilla statues, a very Atlantean.
Really?
Godzilla.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
Godzilla themed Atlantis.
I'd forgotten
world,
that then.
But they nuked it. And then they did the same thing kind of here with Kong going into a more Kong theme underworld. I would love this backstory. I hope they have comic books or novels or something for this.
And of course,
I love that back.
Godzilla's the bad guy, but then we find out why he was a eventual bad guy. And they fight, and it's obvious in this movie. And by the way, this is spoilers all the way through. I think we
already said spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. It's obvious Godzilla just wiped the floor with Kong.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm glad they came out with the clear winner.
Yes.
Because I was afraid they were going to do the draw thing. And no, I mean, he knocks Kong unconscious the first round, and then gets tricked into thinking everyone's dead. Mm-hmm. And that's the only reason Godzilla didn't kill him the first round. And then the second round, Godzilla does eventually. I mean, if it wasn't for the humans again,
Godzilla,
he would have killed him again.
That was a nice thing. Godzilla stands over him, yells at him.
Yeah,
Kong gives a defiant, "I'm not giving up." He
I'm
won, but I'm not giving up.
Because
and Godzilla just turns and walks away.
It's good stuff. It's good.
Then
At least
Godzilla just takes a nap. I mean, King Kong took a nap because he was defeated.
Well, yeah, but his heart was dying and everything. He was dying. So that was great. So it's good that Kong. But I mean, Kong got he knocked him down once. Godzilla down once. They said, 1-1. Someone said even. I said no.
We're in the middle of a fight here.
No, because 2 minutes later in your film, Godzilla gets back up. So it was a nice knockdown, but Godzilla didn't stay down for long.
They wanted to do
stay
rounds.
down like King Kong.
Yeah, they wanted to do it.
They wanted to act like King Kong got a punch in there,
2-1.
No, he got one good hit, and that's it. He got his ass whooped. His little giant monkey ass whooped, as The Rock would say. But the thing is, though, he got whooped, and you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I was curious because they promised a definitive victory, and I was curious how they were
going to lie. I thought they were going to lie. I thought that was a lie to get people to hooked in.
But this is satisfactory because you can still be happy with Kong and Godzilla. You don't have to pick sides too hard.
In fact, I fully expected for me to complain that they lied to us. I fully expect, because I thought it was going to be a cheat, but I was like, oh, no, they did what they said. But here's the deal. I was cheering for Kong this round. It's like whoever I cheer for doesn't win, because Kong is way more likable. Godzilla's not in a movie that much called King Kong vs. Godzilla.
Yeah, I would say this. Yeah, Godzilla was definitely lacking in this one.
Yeah, and that was weird to me because I thought, well, what is
in the last movie in King of the Monsters? I mean, Godzilla was there and you felt for him. In this one, it was all Kong.
Yeah, it was all centered around Kong. This is almost like a King Kong sequel, starring. I mean, honestly, guest starring Godzilla. I mean, of course, there's the big 20-30 minute fight scene at the end, which is great. It's great. It's just one continuous. And I like the neon. I made a joke. I said, why is there neon everywhere in this world? Neon on the spaceships, neon in the space area. Apex area is all neon. Everything's neon. I mean, that's just an artistic thing. Tokyo's covered in neon lights. Okay, but you know what? You can outline them and you can have your battle at night. That's why it's in neon.
Yeah.
I understand it. He said, we want to highlight, well, let's just make everything neon. Let's have a look of neon. That's great. Again, fast forward through all the human scenes and watch the monster scenes. They're fun. You may think at first, oh, these characters may be good. No, they're not. They're dumb.
They're better than King of the Monsters.
Oh, yeah. I would say that, but that's not saying much. But they are way inferior to Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
And even Godzilla is pretty lame, too. But the thing is, though, they're pointless. The monster fights are the best ones. And I think as monster fights go, this is the best. Because they deliver. They have a lot of good matches. They do a lot of cool things. Donkey Kong jumping from building to building, kind of dodging the laser beam. The fire breath coming out of him.
And I really like giving him the axe because you had
the guy give him something
because it was an old axe he found that's got an old Godzilla scale or one of his spines stuck in it, and it can absorb the blow. So he's got Godzilla has his weapon, the fire breath.
Yeah.
They had to give some kind of equalizer.
Something. No, yeah,
and it was really well used. And plus, my kids love saying Kong Battle Axe. I don't know how many times Henry has said that in the last couple of weeks.
Oh man, they should make a toy out of that.
They do. He's got it.
Oh, never mind. Shoot. But yeah, so I don't have any. Oh, there wasn't a stinger at the end.
No,
I was really shocked
because this is the last Godzilla movie that they're licensed to make. Whether they have to re-up or what?
Oh my gosh, that is horrible. Then what a horrible ending for Godzilla. Now hold on. When I say he's pointless in this film, he's great in the battle scene. Godzilla does nothing in this movie. This is a Kong movie.
Story.
So if this is your last chance to use Godzilla, you should have given him more screen time.
Because
That's
Godzilla
a
had a
shame.
better story in King of the Monsters.
Godzilla's
story was great because it becomes the
That's
king
sad.
of the monsters.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, this is the last.
Unless they renew. That was a waste of a Godzilla movie then.
Yeah.
And it's King Kong versus Godzilla. You should have made him half of your movie.
And people are clamoring for more. People want more, but
yeah,
we have to wait and see. Toho is
really
a hard negotiator.
Well, whenever I see anything about King Kong versus Godzilla, someone in the comments says release the Snyder Cut.
That's different. No, the Snyderverse.
Release the Snyderverse now. Sorry, whatever it is. Release Snyder's underwear.
Yeah,
by the way, Snyder
campaign.
does have a Kong Godzilla cut. At the end, when Kong knows that Godzilla is not the enemy because of a deaf little girl that does sign language to him. Oh, by the way, Kong speaks sign language, and then Godzilla knows that Kong is not the enemy because Kong looks at him and says, Mothra, you mean? Mothra. That's what it is. Well done. Mothra. And they go, Mothra. Mothra was my friend too. Was he your friend? Yes, he was. She. Okay. Where was she? Didn't she survive King of the Monsters?
No. She
was
sacrificed
dead?
herself and gave her power.
See, I don't remember King of the Monsters that well then. Okay. Oh, wait. Maybe I do remember that. Okay, so anyway.
Mothra always dies. That's her thing.
Okay, so Mothra... Okay, so they say Mothra, and they're like, "Oh, we both have the same frenemy, so I'm going to respect you and go away." Oh, by the way, I kicked your ass. And I don't know why King Kong's like, "No, I want to go again, fool." You just knocked me out. I'm not going to get away with that. I got this power axe. I just took out Mecha Godzilla. I'm kind of stacked right now. I got some adrenaline running through me. He ripped apart. I mean, and to give Kong face, he's the one that takes out Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, King Kong saved Godzilla after the fight.
And it's in a way to say, well, see, King Kong, even though he got whooped by Godzilla, he's still good.
Well, the thing is, going forward, they can still make Kong movies.
Now, I thought about...
So that might be why they did it this way.
That's fine. But the thing is, though, the fact remains, Kong got whooped. He can't beat Godzilla. I mean, he can't come close to beating Godzilla, even with the axe. He couldn't beat Godzilla.
And that's fine.
He came closer. No. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. But how are Kong fans going to feel about this?
Godzilla's got more fans. And the thing is, they left on good terms. We can live with that.
All right. No, I mean, but here's the deal. I mean, it's big monsters slamming into each other. It's a lot of fun. Both fight scenes are fun. The one in this sea was really good.
Yeah.
I was happy when when Kong's, just growling at the water, waiting for him to come up and all that stuff. Yeah, he's not afraid. He cuts him off, jumping from ship to ship to take him down.
That's what the thing is. Kong is the underdog.
Oh, and by far.
He fights like he's Rudy. He's Rudy.
Yeah.
He's not going to give up, even though he's facing
actually, think about it again. Godzilla was about to kill him the first time around, unless the humans didn't drop those death charges to kind of rattle Godzilla. It's a paper-thin plot of why Godzilla is the quote-unquote bad guy in this.
It's all about just alpha Titan.
It's really bad.
Part of it is like, we know Godzilla's been floating around for years. Why didn't he go to the island
before?
The
story is really bad. Yeah, because he would have...
Unless Kong was just too young then.
I don't know. And then how did they... I mean, obviously they can drug Kong and take him... I feel bad for Kong. Kong is a sap, man. Drugged him, woke him up in this own little world. And,
I do like those
callbacks. He's on the Truman Show.
They're calling back to the original movie.
Well, no. The balloons.
The balloons
from the first
the
one. No, I remember... Dude, I remember the first one. Great. So when I saw that, I was like, got it. But man, it's like, Kong, we control you, dude. We can put you in chains. We can drug you up. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah. They shouldn't have to release Kong from his chains. He should just break
he should have just broken through that. There was a few things in there like give him a little bit of respect.
You believe that they can hold Kong in chains on a boat. If they were to have Godzilla in chains on a boat, you would say, screw this movie, that's dumb.
Yeah. But the thing is, for Kong fans, are they upset about the way Kong... I mean, it's kind of weird because it's a movie about Kong, really. Yeah. But are they upset? Because there's a lot of things, because I was thinking, man, if I was a Kong fan, I wouldn't like that.
The thing is...
I wouldn't like that Kong got whooped in every match. Like, he didn't even come... But
he was a good underdog fighter. I mean, I watch MMA. There's underdog fighters that just are always in there with heart, and you just root for them.
But I'm with you on Godzilla, by the way, loving Godzilla more than King Kong. But even I felt bad for King Kong. I was like, man, maybe he should...
I think that makes it Kong better.
Maybe as Godzilla's going back into the ocean... Kong jumps on his back, gives him a wet willy, just something, or Kong slaps a kick me sign on him or something, just something at the end where Kong gets a little bit of revenge at the end, maybe pees in the ocean, doesn't tell Godzilla goes in there and says, hey, it's a little warm, and Kong starts laughing as he takes a few of those drunk berries. I mean, I just kind of thought that, Kong should, and this is weird because like I said, I like Godzilla. But I wanted Kong to at least get one. I mean, again, bravo for giving a clear winner, like you said you would. But
the thing is, Kong got the first movie, so I did expect Godzilla to win this one. I did, movie. We'll have
Godzilla always wins.
We'll have to wait till the third versus.
He's king of the monsters, so I guess
Godzilla should win. Yeah, he should win the first one. I'm still mad about the 50s one. Yeah.
No, I was mad about that too. I was furious about that. But this movie made you feel for Kong. And to be honest, with Kong Skull Island, I already like Kong.
Yeah.
Kong movie was best of everything.
The thing is, Kong is a good character.
That
I do hope they make more.
And that Kong Skull Island, that was a prequel. To Godzilla,
because it takes place like after Vietnam.
That's right. Because in the choppers and everything, man, that was done well. But no, I liked it. What any other scenes that you liked? Talk about. I mean, the acts we talked about, we like that. The fight scenes are good, and to be honest, there's nothing to talk about with the story wise. I mean, Mechagodzilla, great, fun.
I like the redesign. It's a fun redesign.
Yeah.
To make it a more real world.
Yeah, no, definitely like that. And he's a good villain for Kong versus got to team up against. They both go up against him and everything.
And they make him bigger than Godzilla, stronger than Godzilla. He whips Godzilla.
I forgot the Spartacus moment where Spartacus and what was the other guy who was Citrus? What's his name? The former champion in the TV show Spartacus. What was his name? I can't remember. Remember the other guy? And they teamed up to fight Theocules. It was a 2-on-1 battle. Okay. And what's his name? What is his name? Cyrus? That's not his name.
No.
Anyway,
he was the Gaul.
Yeah, he was the Gaul. He's injured, but he uses his shield so that Spartacus can get the high ground and kill Theocules. They teamed up. Well, injured Godzilla shoots his fire breath at the right time into Kong's axe as he's coming down on. I was like, yeah, Theocules, you stole this from Spartacus. It's great. Great Spartacus movie.
Feel free to steal from Spartacus anytime because you're not going to go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong with that.
Well, some ways you can do it the wrong way in a kids movie, but
Kong goes by Godzilla's cell, and it's not pretty. Is that Mothra? Okay. But anyway, that was a good scene, because Godzilla's injured at this point. He's having trouble to get up.
The thing is,
so he shoots
Kong
his fire
had
breath
already
at Kong's
weakened
axe.
him. Godzilla was weakened.
Well,
because
Mecha Godzilla came. Well, yeah, that's true. But Mecha Godzilla came in, was not wiping the floor with him, but beat him down to where it really hurt him.
I would say this: that was a complaint I had during that fight. They were moving way too fast. These are Titans. It should appear to be
true.
slow. They were moving like people's relative speed, and it
That's
pulled me out.
true, because in the first
annoying.
and the other Godzilla movies, he moves super slow.
Yeah, because he's so big. I mean, it is relatively
Even
fast,
in those
but
battles,
it looks slow because he's so big.
Those battles seem to be a little slower paced. You're right about that. I think about that because here he's moving like lizard. Gecko pace.
All those whip arounds with his tail would be breaking the sound barrier left and right. I mean, it would be just causing hurricanes.
I didn't think about that. That's true. That's true. Again, you got to unhook your brain for that. So they sped it up for that. But him shooting the axe as as Kong's coming down on top of him to make it a super move. But I was like, good. There's a bunch of fanboys in there going, because I get it. The movie's not a smart movie. The movie has terrible, terrible humans in it. But other than that, it's a good movie. Yeah. But it should have been seen in theaters. I'll be honest. I should have, because the whole time I was thinking, this is something you do need to see in theaters.
Yeah.
To be honest, everything else what was the other movie that came out straight to
Wonder Woman?
Oh, Wonder Woman. Oh, that shouldn't be seen ever. But I'm just saying that.
Well, we get Mortal Kombat in like 2-3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was watching all these, I was thinking, okay, that could be in theaters. That could. I don't need to see this. And some of this stuff, I was like, I don't need to see this in theaters. Everything I've seen streaming right now, the big movies that come down, I've never thought I need to see this in a theater. I never thought that. Yeah. But King Kong vs. Godzilla, I was like, yeah, this is a theater movie. Because it needs a big screen to hold the Titans and everything. It'd have been better. Did you feel that way, or you didn't care?
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, I'm not that big of a stickler for it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so are there any future plans? If they say Kong, is he going off to do something?
There's no word on what they're going to do next.
They don't really set up anything. He's basically it's a happy ending for Kong because he goes home. He's home now in what, Middle Earth or wherever that is. Well, it's Middle Earth, right? It's core.
It is the middle of the earth.
It is the middle of Earth. Where's Gandalf in the Hobbit? Going, why did you put this big ape here? Hey. So, are there still skull monkeys around?
They killed one in this movie.
They killed one in the movie, but they seem to have extras.
There were some more eggs that they brought.
So, I guess that.
They're still around.
I kept looking for a stinger. Why they didn't do a stinger for Kong?
I think it's just because they're not promising more.
Movie.
They're not promising more because they don't know what they're going to do next, I think.
Oh, you're saying they're kind of giving the whole franchise a rest.
This was, kind of like the last Avengers movie had no stinger at the end. Because, here's the end of this chapter, and with this,
gotcha.
Toho.
It's very rare that a movie just ends.
Yeah, Toho is very tight with Godzilla. It's kind of a surprise that they even gave the rights.
Really?
Yeah, they are very strict, sticklers with it. I'm curious, whether or not I know they're ready to go back and start making their own Godzilla movies again. There was a little bit of clash when after the 2014 they made the Shin Godzilla movie, and then whatever reason, Legendary Pictures kind of had a fuss about that, and so they might be mad. It's like, you gonna let us make our movies with Godzilla?
Shin Godzilla, I think I saw that one.
That's probably one of the best of the Japanese Godzilla.
I think I saw that one. I enjoyed that one.
It is fantastic.
Yeah. What's the one where he fights the 1997 Godzilla? You told me
that was
about
Final Wars. It's terrible. It's pretty terrible as far as it's fun monsters, but it's possibly the worst story in all Godzilla.
But I got to see the scene where he's in it. It's a costume. I was like, that's hilarious.
No. It's a fully CG.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was a CG.
Terrible.
It was meant to be. I mean, it was kind of done as a joke to mock the American Godzilla.
Oh well, yeah, I remember because they said no, that's not Godzilla.
Yeah, because they send him after the Godzilla, and Godzilla just basically twists and knocks him to the side with his tail, and it's over.
Done.
And then the bad guy's like, I thought he would have been better than that.
Still the best Godzilla. Anyway, all right. So anything else?
That's it. I'm just looking forward to Mortal Kombat next.
Yeah, because we got nothing else better to do.
Going to the beach.
Oh. I got nothing better else to do. All right, so there you go, folks. So if you want to see it, go ahead. I would say see it in the movie theater.
If you
I would
can.
say if you can. If you are watching on HBO Max, you probably knew that. But anyway, there's our thoughts. Folks, we'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe. Do you still sing your kids the Godzilla theme song?
No, last time I tried, this new badge got annoyed with me. Didn't like it.
Sad times.
I know.